gasping for news about Powar Film Studios' latest film. Everyone who is anybody knows that it was filmed in the strict security in Building 5 of the movie lot. Production was finished over a month ago, and the Cel Uloid, Ivana B Alone, is graciously consented to star opposite the incomparable Savoy. Well, darlings, wait no longer. The word is out that Powar Film Studios has announced the premiere of their new film, and it will be shown Powar and Greede in Powar's own Oriental Garden Theater by invitation only, of course, darlings. Ta-ta from Terrence.
Good evening. Good evening. You must be Cel and Denise. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Welcome. Mr. Powar will not be down right away, but he asked me to give you these.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Will you inform Mr. Powar that we are here?
I will do that, sir.
Thank you.
Please enjoy yourself for cocktails. Mistress Heidi, Master Stu, welcome to the house.
Thank you.
Mr. Powar cannot join you right now, but he asked me to give you these.
Oh, thank you very much.
You may join the directors, Cel and Mistress Denise, in the other room. Denise and Dare and Cel Uloid.
Thank you.
Master Powar cannot be with you right now. It's really nice to have you in the house, Mr. Savoy.
It's my pleasure.
Hello, Miss Ivana B Alone. I have these for you. Please join the rest of the party in the house.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Miss Tatiana Tell.
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Hackford Ryder.
Yes, yes.
We have
This
been
is all
expecting
very
you.
interesting, but where is the bar?
You are the last to arrive, sir. I must warn you, I must tell you, sir, that Wonton Powar cannot be here tonight to greet you, but he asked me to give you one of these.
Junk again.
He must have...
Try not to be so honest.
Please join the rest of our guests.
Good. It's good to see all of you.
Nice to see you, Hack. How are you?
It's good to see you, Denise. And I hope the bar is well stocked.
I'm glad things are going so well.
I am so happy that Mr. Powar himself put me in the new film. I'm very, very excited.
Since the last film, you've shown quite a bit of resentment.
I
You
told
don't
you
see-
I'm grateful
Oh, of
for
course, of
but
course.
Mr.
He always
Powar
has
has
a
done
motive.
very well as far as that goes. I'm happy to put me in the film, and that's what I have to say.
Don't you think it's about time everyone knows?
Oh, please.
Knows what?
And what else should we know?
what?
Well, Hack, you started this. Please, come on.
Skill
What
at
is
what I
it?
do.
Is you open the door to such an interesting conversation.
That's our hack.
You have such a nice way of putting things.
Of course. That's my business, darling.
Ask Powar, Powar, or pay anyone. What's the difference?
I absolutely love it. I love it. It's fantastic. I loved acting, and it was totally wonderful.
I know that you
Truly
always like
is
to be
my
with the true
real
actors
thing.
and actresses.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
just know it, and I know that you would do very good reviews on the movie then.
So we have a death in our hands. And I suppose there's going to be a dick in the door at any time.
The detective has left me some vital information that you're all supposed to know here. Everything that we have. I have some information here. You should all listen to this very carefully.
So, here we go. Okay, listen.
You better cut the gab and listen good. There's a cops are going to be crawling all over this place like ants in a picnic, especially when they find us. In case you're wondering, my name is Harvey Steele, and I'm a private detective. Kind of slurred, and he says someone's trying to kill him. I tell him I'll be right over, but I'm not so sure he'd hurt me, because he doesn't say nothing. A few months ago, Powar asked me to find him a couple of rooms to be on guards. Tonight I had tails it over here and find some goons standing guard outside the front door. Also, there's an empty bottle of imported champagne and 2 glasses on a table beside the bed. Though only one of the glasses had been used. To help you understand the arrangement of the apartment, I whipped out a picture which I'll leave with you, along with my notes on this case. Now maybe you're wondering why I'm here.
Delusion. Victim's body found, this is number 1. Victim's body found lying in a pool of blood on a bed in victim's private apartment in the theater building. Victim full of bullet holes, apartment full of bullet holes. Item 2. 2 doors to apartment, front door guarded by goons, back door bolted from inside. Wrote this. No one came in or out front door except butler Heaves. Heaves left through front door at 6:40 p.m. and never returned. Heaves found dead in trunk of car behind theater. Number 4, hotel room 314 next door provides possible angle for fire into victim's apartment. Item 6, all copies of victim's film missing or destroyed. Item 7, diagram of victim's apartment attached.
Now
I have to share the contents of this newspaper article with you. I don't know if you ever noticed this. This was in the Los Angeles Morning Express, September 20th.
It's who?
The day
Right
after she
for,
died.
isn't it?
Yes.
Hollywood shooting. Melissa Ann Greede killed in Hollywood Lover's Bungalow Hideaway,
Oh my God.
Los Angeles.
This is all. I can't believe it's true.
Why
Why do you need
listen.
to bring this up?
Listen.
The bullet. It's strange that you should say that, Stu. The bullet-ridden body of screen star Melissa Ann Greede. God, I always hated it.
He was gone.
What
Was
is he?
discovered
How
early
is
this
that?
morning in the
How
Hollywood
they
bungalow
cleared
of
me right
actor
away.
Stu Dyrun.
In your own apartment.
Anxious neighbors hearing
It's terrible.
gunshots called police
Made
who
it
had
a
to
week
break
to
down
do
the
that.
door to gain entrance. Miss Greede was found in the bedroom. It was not a pretty sight, said Police Lieutenant H. Ardnose. Adding that it appeared that the murder weapon, a large caliber revolver, was found lying just outside the open bedroom window. The bungalow is occupied by actor Stuart Dyrun, who had not been located by police by press time. An all-points bulletin has been issued for information concerning Mr. Dyrun's whereabouts. We just want to ask him a few
First of
questions.
all, I want to say that I am very, very thrilled that I am in the movie Powar and Greede.
You have so much to say.
As you all know, that I am one of the main actresses as Alicia in Powar and Greede.
It's such a shame also that this is.
I played the part, right? And I am...
Is it really that we stopped acting?
Darling, they made me out to be malice and greedy.
Yeah, what?
But yet, he made me do it. He was the one. Get out, Spot. Help me, does someone?
Tad, I found it interesting that after your footprinting ceremony last year, when you changed out of costume, you invited me, Powar, and Selden into your dressing room. I was quite surprised to find Melissa there also, in an elated mood, as if she'd just accomplished something spectacular. You acted gloomy and at one point whispered to Melissa, "Don't say a word." Melissa smiled evilly and declared, "Of course not, my dear." The funny thing is, after a glass or two, Melissa passed out.
Wasn't it more that she collapsed after a few more drinks?
Possibly.
I never noticed Mr. P with the limp before when we were trying to take his socks and his shoes off for the imprinting. He never limped on his left foot before.
Well, something that we rarely talk about is that it's been 2 years since you've been on the screen. And the movie that got you back on the screen is now destroyed, Powar and Greede. You have not appeared in a film since The Thick Man over 2 years ago, shortly after Melissa arrived in town. Also, Kat made only one film after Melissa arrived. Her most famous, of course, Goddess. It was good to see them both back on the
He
screen.
called me and asked me about some note, and I said, what note? What note is he talking about? Some note that was sent to him.
And Denise and Hack shouted at Powar, "You deliberately ruined that footage." That's what Denise said. "It won't do you any good," Hack countered, "because we'll just shoot it again." Powar
didn't want this whole movie shown.
Is that true?
The ricochet shot that the Detective Steele referred to reminds me of one of Stu's earlier movies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Stu was on the roof of a runaway stage, and 3 villains were inside the coach. They'd captured Stu's girlfriend, and they were about to kill her. And Stu had only 1 bullet left in his 6-shooter, and he fired.
Ricocheted it right off the train, I did.
The bullet bounced off the wheel of the speeding locomotive and killed all 3 bad guys.
All 3 bad guys.
What a shot.
I'm going to have to clear something up here. One of the big mysteries of Melissa's death being how she got into my bungalow. Since I wasn't there, I had no idea how she got into my bungalow. But I have with me this evening a scene from the movie Powar and Greede, which details how that happened.
Oh, man! Drunk women!
No, wait.
They're ready. 1, 2, oh!
God.
Phew. Oh, no one saw us.
You don't know that.
Oh my God, what a night!
Yes, I'm glad it's over.
Is she really dead?
She doesn't look dead.
Of course she's dead.
Thought she was drunk, but how did she...
And if she isn't dead, then I shall kill her.
Or I, or you, Selden. She was capable of ruining all of us.
Earlier this evening, I was out behind the theater breathing fresh Hollywood air. And I noticed something stuffed in the trash barrel. On inspection, it turned out to be a cement trowel, a pair of workman's overalls stained with cement, and a crumpled article from the Los Angeles Morning Express. I still have the article with me, and I share it with you.
What?
It says, this really gets absurd, Chinese assassin sought by police. Strings of unsolved crimes laid to mysterious figure. Police efforts frustrated. A string of unsolved murder cases dating back to 31 continues to frustrate law enforcement officials. A detective who has devoted the last 4 years to the investigation shakes his head in dismay when he discusses the crimes. The cases are all similar in only one aspect, the manner in which the victim died. Each had a sensation of numbness, followed by dizziness, slurring of words, the onset of paralysis, unconsciousness, and eventual death. The pattern is slightly different if the victim has consumed alcohol, in which case paralysis and death-like coma occurred within minutes, but the result was the same. Police suspect that a master poisoner is behind the series of deaths. All we know is his name, You Die, and that he sells his stuff to an unscrupulous set of customers. We can't get a handle on him. The lieutenant attributes no less than 7 unsolved crimes to the mysterious You Die.
And then it's funny that this afternoon, at about 5 o'clock, I was snooping about the private garden and saw the workmen readying the cement for Powar's footprints. After they left, I noticed a hunched figure clad in workman's overalls stoop over the cement, smoothing it with a trowel. The figure looked a bit familiar.
Props department, inventory of firearms, and what it does is it gives a date, an item description of what was checked out and who checked it out. And on September 19th, we've got a .44 caliber revolver, It was checked out by Cel. A 918, a 38 police, no, this is 919 also, a 38 police special. And it was checked out by Ivana B Alone. The same day, a 45 automatic was checked out by Hack Rider. And the last description item that was checked out that day was a 22 Derringer. It was checked out by Denise.
You scumbag.
Well, I find it interesting that at 6 o'clock this evening, while I was standing around the dressing rooms, Savoy came strolling by carrying a rifle case, talking about a splendid party he attended.
Marvelous back. Marvelous.
Well, you know, it's funny, I was certain that it was a rifle Savoy delivered to Stu in the hotel this afternoon.
Yes, it was. Stu, you...
Well, it's obvious that everyone has figured out that I was in room 314.
But you know, it was funny. There was still a rifle case in the back of Savoy's car when he arrived this evening. In fact, around 6 o'clock, I saw you carrying the rifle back into the theater.
What you have not realized, though, is that Powar asked me to be sort of a last-ditch defense against the people he was afraid that was trying to kill him. He said that if he felt threatened, he would give me a signal by waving his arm.
Hack and Denise, that's what.
He would see it in the mirror. He chuckled in an odd sort of way and said, when they find out what happened to their precious movie, there'll be murder in their hearts. It was my job to keep them from getting it. I was a little puzzled but pleased that Powar had picked me for the job, because it would entitle me to be alone with Heidi.
It's strange, though, that I'm rather interested in the heavy package that you and Hack were carrying around the back lot about 6:30. You recall what that package was? Heidi, Hack. Almost immediately afterwards, the unmistakable sound of gunfire roared through the theater. I was so curious why the lights went back on again, and I just happened to be by the back staircase of Powar. Apartment, a virtual stampede of personalities, including Heidi, Ivana, and the butler. They all ran down the stairs looking furtively about, and then, each assuming a casual air, sauntering off as if nothing happened.
I decided to see Powar about 6:20 this evening, expecting him to be unavailable, but I was surprised when Heaves opened the door and let me in. Before I could say a word, there was a knock at the back door and Powar asked me to hide in the bathroom. The radio was playing in the apartment and I heard the announcer say it's 6:22 in Los Angeles and the temperature is 75 degrees. Just then I heard the back door being opened and heard the sound of gunshot, breaking glass, a groan, and the sound of someone falling. As the announcer said it was 6:35 in Los Angeles, I crept out of the bathroom. The lights went out and the sound of gunfire broke out all around.
We had to be in protection for Mr. G because of Hack and Denise.
But you never said anything about the gunfire. Never said anything.
About 6:20, I was sort of drifting about backstage. A little after that, I noticed some movement on the staircase leading to the back door of Mr. B's apartment. While it was dark at the top of the stairs, it seemed to me that there were at least two people. I saw a shaft of light appear as the door was open.
About 6:45 when Heidi and I were strolling towards the banquet room. Much to our surprise, we saw someone who looked exactly like Heidi rush into the dressing room.
Very, very pretty evening gown.
I remember Kat saying something at Melissa's funeral. I think I should share it with you.
Yes,
Please do.
It went like this. It's a
verse from Shakespeare. And it says, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. By the pricking of her toe, something wicked does this way go.
But you know, I heard Denise whisper something in Hack's ear earlier. She said that now that he's gone, darling, I'm rich. We can be married.
Denise and Hack. Again, Denise and Hack, always
Looking
together.
starry-eyed into each other's eyes.
Stereo-eyed. Yes, right.
That does not mean that we did it. It simply means that I will inherit the fortune.
We will inherit the fortune.
We.
A few minutes after the lights were turned back on, about 6:45, I heard some activity in one of the backstage dressing rooms. It was Hack, and he was looking in the mirror and tying his tie. A bundle of black clothing lay on the counter, and Hack carried this with him as he left, nodding to me politely and commenting, "A bit of laundry I forgot to drop at the cleaners." I thought I caught a whiff of gun smoke from the bamboo.
Are we ready?
Go.
There is more than one murder to be solved here. Melissa's, Powers, and if one considers the killing of servants murder, Heaves. Ivana is guilty of none of these. She certainly had motive enough to kill Melissa, whose spiteful, backstabbing ways and strange hold over Power interfered with Ivana's career and her enjoyment of Power's frequent attentions. And I was deeply involved in the affair that ended in Melissa's death. An affair that began in Tat's dressing room and ended, as the screenplay for Powar and Greede suggests, in Stu's bungalow several hours later. The murder that occurred on this occasion, though, is another tale to tell. I was also present in Powar's apartment when he was killed, but I myself was hiding in the bathroom, and while I heard sounds that marked his death, did not participate in the act that caused it. I was, at the precise moment when Powar died, alone, as I have always wanted to be.
Had the same sort of reason for killing Melissa that Ivana did had. Melissa's hold over Powar and her arrogant, spiteful comments about him posed a threat to Selden's career. Like Ivana, Selden was on hand in Tat's dressing room on the evening Melissa collapsed, and at Powar's insistence was carried out unconscious. He, Powar, and Ivana conducted Melissa to Stu's apartment, where she died, but none of them killed her. Selden had reason to kill Powar as well. The contract that bound him to Powar Film Studios was unfair and harshly enforced by Powar. Other studios would have given Selden the material and freedom he deserved. Selden would have done anything to be free of Powar. He indeed tried to kill him, plotting to gain entrance to Powar's apartment, disguised as Heaves in Savoy's own butler costume. His initial plan failed when he was turned away, but always an opportunist. Selden recognized and acted on the second chance when he noticed the back doorway open and raced up the stairs. He certainly fired a bullet into the dark of Powar's apartment, as did many others. But it is simply not relevant whether it struck the figure lying on the bed, for Powar was at that point already dead.
Like the others, I could have shot her. Unlike the others, I did. I, in fact, fired several marvelously accurate shots from just outside the open window of Stu's bungalow. Accuracy was not enough, though, for by the time I shot her, Melissa was already dead. My motive for killing Powar was similar to Selden's. I was trapped in an unfair contract with Powar Film Studios, and they just take advantage of my bigamous second marriage. They just strangled me. With Powar dead, I could expect we offered lucrative contracts from many other studios. So I shot Powar from the scaffolding in the theater. I lined up the shot before turning out the lights. I concealed myself from the glare of a single spotlight, and my aim was perfect. And as before, however, shooting Powar did not kill him. Powar was already dead.
And it was only at Powar's request that he arranged to borrow Savoy's rifle and set up a firing post in room 314. The utter stupidity of the plan never occurred to Stu, who had no idea he was being set up for the murder of Denise and Hack. Powar, of course, had been blackmailed by Hack into making Powar and Greede, and was determined to be rid of him. All the better as Stu was convicted of the murder and locked away, out of reach of all those gorgeous young starlets. And if Denise died, well, all the better. That would solve the problem of the patrolling stock in Powar Film Studios.
Poor little Heidi. She probably would have killed Melissa if she had the chance, but didn't. Instead, she went to a party with Stu. She was still partying with Stu a year later, this time in room 314 at the Hollywood Gardens Hotel. It may have been Heidi actually intended to fire that shot at 6:22 p.m., crashed at the window of Powar's apartment, or it may be that it happened by mistake. It hardly matters. She did not. As Hardin Steele thought, ricochet that shot off the bronze statue in Powar's body. Instead, she shot Heaves, who fell to the floor just as he was opening the door to Denise and Hack. True, Powar fell to his bed at the same moment, but not because he was shot. He fell over because he was dead by another's hand.
Denise didn't like Melissa, but she had no particular reason to kill her. It was her uncle that deserved killing for the reason that he had killed his brother Wayne and Powar. But Denise didn't know this and was content that Hack had found a way to compel Powar to produce Powar and Greede. However, when she learned that all copies of the film had been destroyed, she knew with a certainty that her double-dealing uncle had destroyed them, and she was ready for revenge. Her plan to gain entrance to Powar's apartment was a bit contrived. She disguised herself as Heidi. Oblivion, perfume, and all, and arranged by sending a forged note on Heidi's stationery and intercepting Powar's.
He called me and asked me about some note, and I said, "What note? What note is he talking about? Some note that was sent to him."
Heidi that she did not send the note and turned Denise's plot against her by having Heaves deliver the reply to Denise. Neither Powar's plot nor Denise's went on as planned. Heaves was shot dead by Denise's feet just as Powar fell over, changed into her own clothes, making a vain attempt to cover the telltale scent of Melissa's favorite perfume.
The release of Powar and Greede in theaters across the country was to free Hack from the disgrace of his dissolute, drunken existence. The movie made a moral statement against the dehumanizing and base values of Powar and indeed all of Hollywood. Powar hated it. Powar told me he would never produce it. I leapt this hurdle by threatening to tell the police that Powar had killed his brother unless the movie was made. I was devastated. I followed Denise's lead willingly and was prepared to do murder should I gain entrance to Powar's apartment. The developments related by Denise left me standing, smoking gun in hand, atop the staircase. My lady love took off down the stairs along with Ivana and Cel the door behind me. I made sure Powar was dead. I then donned the butler's attire, having removed these before carrying Heaves into the car, and left by the front door, passing without comment between the guards and shuffling off down the hallway. Like the others before, I shot Powar, but was not responsible for his death. That credit belongs to the last of Powar's guests and one of his greatest stars.
Oh, wow.
Tat. Tat murdered both Melissa and Powar.
You did!
Oh, darling, I'm so disappointed.
She murdered Melissa because she had been forced to abandon a successful acting career.
I told you.
She murdered Powar for the most powerful of all reasons. He had scorned her.
Woman scorned. You don't fuck with them. No rap.
Tat used Udi's insidious poison to kill them both. This she administered publicly during the footprinting ceremony in the private garden. Disguised as a workman, wearing overalls and carrying a trowel, she embedded a poison-coated needle in the wet cement where a bare
noticed
foot
Mr. Tree with the limp before when we were trying to take his socks and his shoes off for the imprinting. He never limped on his left foot.
Clever. Melissa's eager greediness, taunting, and arrogant manner suggested to Tat the means of enticing her to don Tat's costume for the footprinting ceremony. Tat feigned drunkenness and sheepishly asked Melissa to help her out. She begged that Melissa could keep the deception a secret, knowing how well Melissa would publicize it shortly after the ceremony. Melissa played her part to perfection.
When you
and after
changed out of
consuming her
costume, you
first
invited
glass of
me,
champagne
Powar, and Selden into your dressing room. I was quite surprised to find Melissa there also, in an elated mood as if she'd just accomplished something spectacular. You acted gloomy and at one point whispered to Melissa, "Don't say a word." Melissa smiled evilly and declared, "Of course not, my dear."
She died
The funny thing is,
as
after
the
death,
deadly poison completed its course through her body. Powar died in the same way. Succumbing quickly after several glasses of champagne, he fell to the bed just as Heidi pulled the trigger. Tat, of course, obtained the poison from the mysterious Udi. Thus ends the tale of Heidi and Greede.
All right.